Hi everyone. Today I have another very nice piece. This is a Charles Marlowe hybrid. So this is a very lovely configurations from Charles, and um, let's talk a little bit about him. So Charles is a more old-time maker, and I think not a lot of newer collectors know him that well. But the guys who have been collecting for a while know that he makes some of the best folders out there, and really, what he's really known for is his grinds, because his grinds are not only stunning, they're very, very well defined. The shapes are extremely beautiful, but they're some of the sharpest knives that you can buy, because it comes to extremely thin edge and it slices like nothing. So that's why he's extremely well known. And back then it wasn't the action that was the key selling point, but it was the blade itself, the grind of the knife, the shape of the grinds, how well it cuts, how well it performs. And you can notice guys who made knives since back then, a lot of them have knives which are sharper than a lot of the custom knives that makers do today, because they really focus on getting that thin edge, um, a superb hollow grind. And this Marlowe, the hybrid, is a really cool one because, as it says in the name, it's a hybrid, meaning it is both a flipper and a thumb opener. So with this nice spider hole, the spidey hole, the round hole, which works extremely well. You can open it slowly, or you can flick it open, and of course you can flip it open. All of them is super easy to do, and the knife is very, very smooth. I think he uses IKBS. And when I talked to Charles, he is extremely focused on the lock. So if you look at a lot of his knives, the lockup is at around like 50% almost, but it's super solid, because that's one of the most important things for him. So you can be rest assured that no lock stick whatsoever, and super solid lockup. When you listen, that sound is super solid. And you notice that now he uses a steel lock bar insert as well, which adds to that stability and strength. And on the close, lovely click, perfectly centered. Just look at that false tops wedge, extremely thin, very beautiful. And I think this is my favorite knife that's ever come out of his shop. He has his signature finish on the bolster. I'm not sure what to call this, but it's orange peel, and it has some sort of a pattern going on, which makes it extremely scratch resistant. This is meant for carry. It's super sharp, scratch resistant. The pivot is pretty much a mirror polished, so that's very nice. Love that touch. And the bolsters the scales are made of stag. So the stag handles, not many makers can make stag handles look this good, and I think this is one of the pieces that have extremely well balanced handles, because there's just a nice amount of white here, and again on this side as well. And he also, the natural materials like stag or bone, it can crack more easily, but he still managed to do a very nice S-curve on both sides, on a bolster lock build. And if you notice, if you look here, it's very thin up front, up top, and then it swells and it thickens right around here, which it's just perfect. And a very, very nice functional pocket clip, you know, with 3 screws. It's super secure. Goes in and out of the pocket super easily, but these stack handles are super well contoured. If you notice, there's also contouring here and here on the sides, so it's, you know, also super well rounded, which means when you hold it in the hand, it's extremely comfortable. You know, it's not too thick because he rounds all of this out, and then only the middle part where the palm of your hand is thick. It provides just the perfect ergonomics. And speaking of ergonomics, the jimping is, you know, is very wide and extremely effective. You can see it pulling my skin. Look, very, very nice jimping. One of my favorites, actually. I think, you know, one of my favorites is from Todd Rexford. It's very fine and very grippy. This is even more grippy, and it doesn't hurt you at all. So I really, you know, in so many ways I prefer this one. And it's a nice ramp onto the blade, so it's just the perfect purchase on the knife. This is simply an outstanding piece. Really, really like this piece. And lovely geared backspacer as well. And yeah, just wanted to show you this piece. The knife is super solid. I think if you buy any of his knives, the lock is so solid. The action is super smooth, super fun to play with, and it doesn't go off center at all. You know, it'll just stay like this forever. It's just a lovely, lovely piece. So yeah, there you go. Charles Marlowe Hybrid. Thank you for watching.